Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
That beer's gonna get warm. One thing I can't fucking stand is warm beer makes me fucking puke.
This is fucking crazy shit.
Hey, everybody! We're all gonna get laid!
Not quite. Welcome, people of Earth, to the Third Floor podcast. It is time for some Yankee Chit Chat. It has been a minute. Oof, it has been a minute. And it hasn't been a minute for the Yankees, has it? It's been a minute for the Yankee fans. I can tell you that. Holy jumping shit. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to these fucking Yankees. In the meantime, let's do this. Of course, we got to do that. That's crazy. There we go. Let's get that rolling there while we tune up and get ready to get rolling here. Let me get one more thing going. Get that live chat up. There we go. There we go. See how we're doing. Make sure everybody is up and on. How we all doing? How's it been? How you guys doing? Ready to talk some Yankees? Start putting them. Just get in the live chat. Let's know what's going on, man. Checking voicemails too. Let's see what we got going here. Make sure we are live. We are live. We're in a delay. There we go. Chat is up. Live chat is on. Boom. Welcome aboard, people. How we doing? Ready to talk some Yankees? Holy shit. Where do we start? Oh my God. Start where it starts from, man. That's the guy in the dugout. That's Aaron Boone, our favorite of all time. Look, guys, from lollipops to wearing different guys' pants, not wearing jocks, it's a shit show. And honestly, think about it. How long has it been since the Yankees were a complete shit show? Out of control, maniacs, and not winning games. Now, the Bronx Zoo back in the 70s was a completely different story. Them guys didn't like each other. They fought hard, but when they were on that field, it was a different ball game, and that resulted in 2 world championships. And they were led by a maniac at the time, too, Billy Martin. But I digress. There You could talk about guys being in slumps. You could talk about guys not getting on base. You could talk about guys not getting pitches over. You could talk about relievers coming in. You could First half of the season's been over for a while. We're already into the second half. There's less than 81 games left. Do the math. And we're not even at the All-Star break. Yankees caught lightning in a bottle today. They decided to wake up offensively. Great. More power to them. Well overdue. About time. But it starts in the dugout. It starts with Aaron Boone. First of all, speaking of experience, it was nice going to the ball field to play ball, knowing exactly where I was playing and exactly where I was hitting. One or two. I was either fifth or sixth. Very rarely he had me lead off, but that was a rarity and that was for something different. But I always knew I was fifth or sixth. I'm playing first. That's it. And when you start, you just look back. The second they brought Volpe into the equation, which was Boone, bringing Volpe into the equation, and just putting Cabby all over the place. That's not Cabby's job. Cabby's job is shortstop. End of story. That should have been Max Schumer bouncing around, replacing whatever we had to do, chess pieces in the outfield. Boone doesn't really use them. He used them today. Nice job, Max. Used them the other day. Nice job, Max. Moved Rosario up in the lineup the other day after a suggestion of leading him off. Got close. He batted him second. Productive day. But when you look at the lineup, that's why we look at the lineup every day. There's always let's check the lineup. Let's check the lineup. Let's check the lineup. Why? Because we have to. Because Boone is just everywhere with this lineup. Now, I said on the last Chit Chat, if you remember, and I had the bookend here, the bookends, Jason and Evan with me. And they agreed totally, man. They asked me about Grisham and Rice platooning, and I said you can't play Goldschmidt all week. You can't do it. If anything, 3 on, and then depending on how the schedule is, let them play 3 days at first, and then the rest of the week off. Even Stutter stepped up. You can't play him every single day, especially in the field. And that's what Boone's been doing. You know, DH is a luxury, but you're still in the game. You're still moving around. It's a little bit different, but it's not a day off. You know, a day off is set for many reasons. Mostly, a lot of times, it's a mind reset, mental reset. That's how you go. But other than that, Angus, my co-host. What's up? What's up, Angus? How are you? Kind of tired, man. But welcome in. Thank you, Angus. Hope you guys are watching me and Angus on the World Cup coverage. He is killing it. He is absolutely killing it. My soccer guru. But yeah, with the lineup just being, you know, put the names in a hat and throw it out and see what happens, basically. I mean, Billy Martin did that once. But he did do it. It was crazy. He had to do something. He had to shake the lineup up because he kept putting the same guys in the same spot and nothing was happening. So then you disrupt the lineup. Then you start moving guys around. Then you're managing. But Boone doesn't do that, man. He just manages himself into a fucking hole. And the results is, 7 games in a row? And then drop it all. You're tired? I hear you, bro. Dropping all them games in a row, then you come into Tampa, you split, whatever the fuck. Then you got 3 more at the Nationals. Then it's the All-Star break. And then Dodgers are in town, baby. You kick off the second half of the season, well into the second half of the season, I may add, with the Dodgers. I mean, the only blessing here is it's at home, if that matters at all. But what are we going to see in the second half here is the question. The first half has been just a Boone disaster. You could talk about guys being in slumps and all that. That's baseball, man. It happens. But when you see an entire team just fall apart and just strike out, 44 times in 27 innings? Come on, that's not even a stat, man. That's an embarrassment. I wouldn't be talking about that one. I'd be ignoring that. Put that in perspective. 44 strikeouts in 27 innings. 44 outs. I mean, you do the math, man. Is that 3 games? 3 full games? Almost 4 or 5 full games? Whatever it comes out to be. But that's it's insanity. Forget runners in scoring position. How about we just fucking putting bat on the ball? You ain't got to be worrying about fucking runners in scoring position when you're striking out 44 times in 27 innings. What the fuck you going to worry about runners in scoring position? You just get somebody on first. Cheat. Have the coach stand on it. Like he just snuck on there or something. I don't know, man. That's a tough hill to overcome, man. That's a lot of strikeouts. And then errors on top of that. Just giving outs, handing outs out, man. Just here's an out. Hey, you want an out? Here's an extra out. They have 24 errors or something? We'll look at the numbers when we get into it here. But right now, just hit that like, hit that follow, hit the sub. Appreciate you shouting your shares out. Get in a live chat. Jump on board, man. Come aboard and enjoy the ride up here on the 3rd floor. Let's look at some numbers, man. Let's get into this. What are the Yankees offering us right now? Let's see what we got here. As the Yankees build to the number 28, that's what it does. It takes talent, hustle, grit, heart, teamwork. You know? And the Yankees are built to win. They're just not managed to win. They're ill-managed and ill-general managed, if you want. You know, whatever blame you want to put on Cashman. You know, everybody was happy years ago with him. But now it's like, Cashman. Don't worry about fucking Cashman. He knows what he's fucking doing. Somehow, some way, Cashman knows what he's doing. So you can point fingers and all that. All that is fucking clickbait shit anyway. Real talk is right here. None of that hidden garbage fucking bullshit. Show you the numbers and talk to the numbers and tell you from experience what's going on here with this team. And this team lacks an amazing amount of discipline and accountability and personality. This team has 0 personality. There's nothing to cling on to. And that all starts with the head. And that's Boone. It all starts with Boone. So basically, honestly, I don't think anything's really going to fucking change until they change Boone. And trust me, it ain't Cashman. It's Boone. Yankees Inside the Numbers overview. Take a look at this here. Now, in a previous show, these numbers have dropped, you know, but some of them are still questionable, and it's pretty much showing you why they're still in the race with the Rays for the AL East title. I mean, you'll see in these numbers, some of these numbers are just enough to get them by, but now, these numbers are before last night's game and today's game, so, I mean, nothing's really changed except for Ben Rice. A couple of hits here and there, but right now, tied for 19th with 4.2 runs a game. That is drastically dropped. They were up in the 5s, but now they're down. So that shows, again, what we were showing last time is they're not hitting, but they're getting on base, whether it be by error or by walk. The on-base percentage was there to back up what they were doing, but still, runners in scoring position equal wide. It's just the chemistry of numbers that equals where they're at right now. Now, runs are allowed, 3.9, tied for 4th. That is, I think they were 3rd last time, and somewhere around 3.1, maybe somewhere around there, but still, tied for 4th, 3.9 runs are allowed. That's pretty stout. 7.7 hits a game. That's dropped dramatically. They were in the teens the last time we checked. Now they're at 7.7. I think they were at 8.2. And now, that's a massive drop, man. There's only 30 teams. 7.6 hits against gives them tied for third. So, again, pitching. Pitching's not letting the earned runs. We all know that. They give unearned runs away. They don't give earned runs away, keeping them at fourth. And then, again, the pitching, keeping the hitting, base at third. Not bad. Yeah, you're right. Back to the basics. But it'll never come to that as long as Boone is in charge. Continue with inside the numbers for the Yankees. Looking at how they're batting and running the bases. Now their average has dramatically dropped. So they just went on a no-hitting slump. All the way down to 25th. Remember, there's only 30 teams. Now, on-base percentage has dropped way down. Tied for 16th. Slugging. Still hanging in there and slugging. They dropped out of the top 5 before 19 slug, 316 on base, 234 average. Putting all this together, they're tied for 8th with the OPS of 735. They're going to lead in homers, 132. Rice had 2 today, so that's 134. Am I missing 1 or 2? Whatever. So they're going to cruise with that. And then the interesting thing, which they keep fluctuating between 2nd and 5th in stolen bases. Now, they were 2nd last time we were checking. They were on base. Now, look, without them being on base, stolen bases are gone, and it cost them 2 spots. Dropping 92 stolen bases for the Yankees is pretty solid, especially about the halfway mark of the year. But when we were talking about the pitching and the defense, that's right here. Again, pitching, holding on at a 3.40. That's good for 2nd. The whip, good for 5th, 1.18. Strikeouts. Now, this is dropped. They were top 4, top 3. Now they're at 8.8. That gives them 9th. Still in the top 10. Still striking guys out. But when you ain't got Rodon, you ain't got Fried, you can't just rely on Schlittler to get everything done as far as that goes. And Warren is hurting for strikeouts lately. So the strikeouts, not surprisingly, dropping down, especially with what before ago mentioned, no Rodon and no Max Fried. Holding on tied for 3rd with homers. They gave up a bunch over the last week, so that definitely took them out. They were thinking they were first for a while. Now they're tied for 3rd, 90. Not too bad. Still, it's a lot of long balls, but still. Tied for 3rd, very respectable. Here's where it gets interesting. They were at a 9.88. They're now at a 9.84 after that major display of incredible non-defense. And that'll drop them all the way to tied to 19th. Texas, what's up, Texas? That'll drop them all the way to 19th in fielding percentage. And then their batting average again, pitching's there. 228, and that's good for 3rd in the league. So the Yankees are putting the numbers up as a team, pretty much. But the pitching is still holding them where they're at. Even though people are questioning everything. I know what we're questioning. I know where the questions are. It's whatever. Remember, it's called baseball. Baseball's baseball. Shit happens. Guys can't go out there and be lights out every single night like Mariano. The Andy Pettits and David Cohns and the Randy Johnsons and the Nolan Ryans and Tom Seavers. Those guys are gone. Those pitchers don't exist no more. You look at 5-6 innings tops. You pick the best out of there. And as far as the Yankees go right now, they only got one that's really shining bright, and that's Cam. And we'll get to him in a minute. Right now, how about if we take a look at the Yankees as they're doing, man? Now, here's a guy everybody was questioning, and then he was getting red hot. Then he went down and lost 18 days to the hamstring. That's Trent, 1970s porno mustache-wearing Grisham. And he picked up right where he left off, amazingly. So right now he is solid at 231. That'll climb. He's getting hot. 9 homers, 37 RBIs. He has 71 games played. He has a 335 on-base percentage. He's slugging at 413 and a respectable OPS of 748. He's only struck out 49 times, 39 walks, 56 hits, 13 doubles, 2 triples, and 45 runs. So the man with the 70s porno mustache, Trent Grisham, who everybody wanted to get rid of, pretty solid and a pretty solid leadoff. And he's been doing his job as of late. So Hang in there, baby. Trent Grisham. Virgil Trucks, baby. Let's move on to everybody's favorite right now. He's slugging. We could add a few. We could add a few to numbers to here. And that's Ben all over you like white on rice. And he cooled off for a little bit, and now he's starting to heat up. The only thing I don't like about Ben Rice is he's in the home run derby. And to be completely honest with you, if I was a manager and this was my team, I'd say, guys, just take the accolade and duck, because not one pitcher would throw a pitch in an All-Star game, and not one batter would face a pitcher in an All-Star game. I'm in a pennant race. I'm not here to fucking please fans with the shows and shit. We all seen what happened last year with the fucking home run derby jinx. All right, this year they took the clock out of it. I don't think that makes any fucking difference. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm managing the Yankees. I look at Ben Rice. I say, that's a great year. You got the accolade. That's all it is. It's only for fucking show anyway. You sit your ass down in the hotel and watch the game. You're not going in a home run derby either. We're here to win a pennant, not to win home run derbies. Ben Rice, 273, 26 homers. He had 2 today, make that 28. He had 5 RBIs today, so make that 65. You could add a game 87 there. And then his OPS 364, slugging, probably went up a couple notches, but 577. His OPS 941, that probably went up a couple tenths. 89 hits, not bad, closing in on 100. 15 doubles, 2 triples, he's like that. 60 runs scored. That's very respectable. And you know what? It may seem like it, but he doesn't strike out an awful lot, guys. 86, that's pretty respectable for him, especially backing up with 40 walks and 3 hit by pitches. Ben Rice looking strong this year. He gets hotter than he was before he went in that little slump. We could start talking MVP possibly for Ben Rice. Speaking of MVPs and talking about slumps, and a guy who was 7 for 82 until he woke up today, Cody Belly Full of Wine Bellinger, sitting at 248, 11 homers, 50 RBIs. He's at 89 games, 90 after today. So you could see we're well past the halfway point of the season. We're already at 90 games. You're talking 72 games left, basically. 343 on base, 419 slug, just shy of the 420 mark. Come on, Cody. And an OPS 762, 3 triples, 17 doubles, 81 hits, 46 runs, 58 strikeouts, and 50 walks. Not really your typical Cody Belly Full of Wine Bellinger numbers. That's for damn sure. Yeah, Angus, home run derby creates injuries, or it creates fatigue. It's a shit show, and like I said, none of my players would be there. You can go take the photos, and that's it. You're not getting in a bat, and you're not throwing a fucking pitch. Jose called me a caballero. Man, this guy is just something else. And what hurt him is being moved all over the field like a chess piece, because Boone again doesn't know what he's doing, and really hurt this guy, hurt his numbers, hurt the Yankees in so many ways. So a lot of this stretch and everybody falling into this funk is based on this move bouncing him around, bringing Mr. Volpe back. For some reason, we have to have Volpe here. Leave this guy at short and we're fine. And it probably would be an entirely different story we're sitting at if Boone knew what he was doing, leaving Cabby at short and leaving Volpe in the minors. Doesn't need to be on this roster. But Caballero looking good, 10 homers. Came back, had 2 the other night against his former teammates. 33 RBIs, batting .245. He's got 79 games now played. Like I said, you could add a couple numbers here. These are from the other night. So 2 games are under this, but not much from the night before. But today, quite a bit, 12 hits. 300 on-base percentage even, 401 slug, 701 OPS, 20 stolen bases. Low number for him. He's been caught 7 times, 35 runs, 65 strikeouts, quite a bit. 16 walks. That's the one number on there that bothers me an awful lot at this point. That's the only number on there that I have a problem with is the 16 walks. 5 hit by pitches. He likes to get hit a lot. 63 hits, 10 doubles. I mean, very respectable, but let's be honest. Boone has stunned him. So it's like put the phasers on stun. Moving them all over the place.
Let him settle in, and this kid's going to take us places. Now, this is the guy where it gets interesting, is Paul, minor 49er, Goldschmidt. I said it in the previous show. Again, I had the bookend twins here, and they were solid with me when I told you, don't run this guy every day. Don't run this guy every day. What's Boone do? Runs him every day. What's the result? The worst streak in his career, 0 for 34. Or 0 for 35 before we think he got the hit. That's the result of running him every day. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. DH or not, the guy needs a day off. You got plenty of guys on that bench that could throw a stick from either side of a DH if you really need it. But this guy, you just ran him into the ground. 0 for 35. And he was red hot. Now he could barely hit a lefty. 261, 14 homers, 41 RBIs, 64 games. 320 on base, 496 slug, 816 OPS, 59 hits, 9 doubles. Well, he legged out a triple. I would love to see what that triple looked like. And if they had a fucking oxygen tank waiting for him. How long did he hit? Where did he hit that triple? Do you know how far that ball must have been for him to get a triple? Holy shit. 31 runs, 56 strikeouts. It's kind of respectable for 56, but still, a lot of them 56 are crucial times. 17 walks he's managed, and he's been hit 3 times. So Paul, I mean, he's doing his job, but he's working overtime, and he shouldn't have to work overtime. Not when you got bench players like Rosario and Schumer and whatever. He doesn't know what he's doing. All right, here's my man. The man of controversy, the man of the hour. One of my favorites, probably my third favorite second baseman of all time as a Yankee, just based on him being who he is. That's Jazz. Willie Randolph and Horace Clark I like. But Jazz, man, Jazz is the shit. I don't care if he's eating lollipops. Those lollipops were definitely edible lollipops for sure. There's so much to surround him. People don't like him. It doesn't matter. This guy is the only spark plug on the whole fucking team. He's the only guy that speaks his mind. He's the only guy that goes off the wall and is off the screws. And you know what? If you're not going to have accountability or any discipline or any disciplinary actions against guys, or, like I said, accountability and all that, this is where it starts. But you're going to let him run free, and this is what happens. Don't knock Jazz. His manager's letting him be who he is. And that's fine. It works for Jazz. It doesn't work for it doesn't work for the families. I mean, for the fans. Or the families of the fans. But Jazz is a character of the game. Jazz is a vital tool for us to get where we're going to go. Just leave Jazz alone and let him be him. Don't worry about him. Stop worrying about him. Worry about why Anthony Volpe's playing shortstop. That's what you should be worried about. And why Boone is still manager. That's what you should be worried about. But Jazz bong hitting, edible eating Chisholm, 224, 33 RBIs, 12 homers, 87 games, 391 slug, 306 on base. 697 OPS, 68 hits, 11 doubles, 2 triples. Got one more than Goldschmidt. 45 runs, 101 strikeouts, 36 walks. And that's his problem right there. 36 walks and 101 strikeouts. That's it right there. But Jazz will be fine. And you know what? He's got a great glove, people. Corky, what's up, Corky? How are you? Welcome in. Appreciate you coming in, Corky. Yeah, Texas. Hold on. There it is. Me and Jazz, baby. We do bong hits late at night. But don't worry about Jazz, people. We just leave fucking Jazz alone. Is he related to Smoke Monday? Sure, why not? Moving on. Jason, I'd rather be an Earthling Dominguez. Now, after he came back, he picked up right where he left off, just like Grisham. So, giving this kid some playing time. But the injury, that's why his games are low. He's at 31 games. Played today, had another big game. But so far with these numbers, man, these 112 at-bats, 4 homers, 10 RBIs, 31 games played, 214 average, 254 on base, 393 slug, 647 OPS, 24 hits, 8 doubles, no triples, 10 runs, 25 strikeouts, 5 walks. I mean, there's more in there than those numbers are showing. This kid has given us a lot better of a performance than he has in the past. And those at-bats have been pretty decent at-bats for him from both sides. I got no complaints about Jason Dominguez. Like I said, you read into those numbers, I get it. Not overly impressive, but look at the improvement of what we see with our eyes, not the numbers necessarily. Smarter at-bats, driving the ball, getting around on the ball, laying off bad pitches. His arm looks better. He's covering more ground. He's been bounced between right and left. He made the adjustment. He's played a little bit of center. He's doing all right. Keep him plugged in. Got to keep him plugged into the lineup. And there's plenty of room for him right now. Ahmed, I can take off and land a plane. Rosario, one of our key players from the bench who is not getting used enough. He's just not. And one of the main reasons he's not getting used enough is because of the scenario putting Volpe at short puts Boone into as far as using his roster. 144 at-bats, 9 homers, 27 RBIs, 52 games played. He's getting games played, yeah, but a lot of those are appearances. Let's be honest, those are late game installments, or he started a game and came out. So the 52 games is definitely a fluctual number there for sure. 157 plate appearances. 243 average, 287 on base, 472 slug, a 759 OPS, 35 hits, 4 doubles, a triple, 20 runs, 36 strikeouts, 10 walks. Those are Rosario numbers. And if you increase his playing time to full, in other words, when he's playing him, just leave him there. Maybe play him for 2 days in a row. Instead of plugging him in, taking him out, plugging him in, let the guy run for a minute. You know? Get inventive. Get creative. But you'll never see that with Boone. And here's our favorite guy of all time. Anthony Three-Ring Circus Act Volpe. Oh boy. Oh boy. And they're saying he's good right now. And they're saying he's hot right now. So this is Anthony Volpe hot. 1 homer, 13 RBIs, 240 batting, 41 games. 148 plate appearances, 338 on base, 326 slug, OPS is 664, 31 hits in 148 plate appearances. 6 doubles, a triple, 18 runs, 33 strikeouts. So more strikeouts than hits. That's always impressive. And 19 walks. So, yay, there's Anthony Volpe. That's our shortstop. He's elite. I got a question for you. You're watching Yankee games. Is there something wrong with him? Like, when the ball's hit, every single time the ball's hit, he jumps straight in the air like a fucking kangaroo. Or some fucking kid on a pogo stick. What is wrong with him? Seriously, I think there might be something wrong with him. I've never in my life seen anybody leap in the air straight up every time a ball is hit in the infield. First of all, that's the last thing you want to do is leave your feet in the infield. Leave yourself completely defenseless against anything coming at your face. What are we talking about here? There's something wrong with the kid. There really is. There really, really, really is. I think it should be looked into. He might need a yellow bus to get back and forth to the ballpark. Something wrong with him. And something wrong with Boone. So whatever's wrong with Boone is probably wrong with him. Maybe it's something in the water they had. they related by any chance? I don't know. It's a scary thought, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, next time you're watching a Yankee game, just watch Volpe when a ball goes near him. First thing he does is leap straight up in the air. Fucking disturbing. Here's the only pitcher I got any use for right now. The only guy I took any time to do anything with. He's after the Steve Carsey Award. Cam Shaft-powered Schlittler. 112 innings pitched. 2.01 ERA. 131 Ks. 21 walks in 112 innings. Man, that's impressive. 19 games. He has 9 wins, 5 losses. Let's be honest. He has one of those losses we could put on him. The other 4, just no run support, no hitting support, defensive failure after failure. So basically his defense around him cost him 4 of those 5. He's only given up 25 earned runs. His whip is 0. I'll say that again. His whip is 0.93. 32 runs. So there you go. 7 unearned runs cost him 4 games. Unbelievable. 83 hits, and he's given up 10 home runs, which is a lot for him, and I think a couple of them came in one game. So, still impressive. The kid is on his way to a Cy Young, or even, he's got to be in the conversation for it. See what he gives us in the second half. Coming forth. But he has been utterly amazing a year and a half in, and we're already talking Cy Young. He looks dynamic. I mean, you can't take anything away from this kid. He is just unbelievable. And we're lucky to have him, for sure. But like I was saying earlier, the Yankees, this is it, man. This is it. This is what it's going to be like as long as Boone is in control of this team. It's just going to come out that way. You're not going to get the right decisions. You're not going to get the right guys out of the bullpen at the right time. You're going to see bad pinch running, pitch hitting. You're going to see shitty lineups. You're going to see lineups bounce from one end of the... It's a shit show. It's an absolute shit show what he puts out. And we'll see what happens. But right now, we got 3 games against the Nationals. And it'll close it out Sunday. And then it's off Monday, All-Star game Tuesday, and then they get 2 days off, and then the Dodgers come in. All of a sudden, these guys need like 70 days off in between the All-Star break. Remember, the All-Star break used to be right at the halfway mark, right around the 4th of July. It'd be the day before the All-Star break and the day after the All-Star break, and then right back at it. Now they got to add an extra day for these fucking pansy asses. And this is the show they give us. But there it is. There's the breakdown. There's some Yankee Chit Chat for you. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did putting it together. And we'll be back. I'll be back with my co-host, Angus, on Saturday for Norway and England quarterfinal match in the World Cup. And that'll close out the quarterfinals, and then we'll be set for the Final Four. And then onward to the championship and the 3rd place game. So a lot of action and a lot of stuff coming up here on the 3rd floor. Don't miss any of it. Hit the like, hit the follow, hit the sub, get in the live chat. Call, leave a voicemail like Texas does all the time. Until next time, folks. Always appreciate you coming here to the 3rd floor. And like I said, please hit the like, hit the follow, and all that fun stuff on your way out. Drop a comment if you're watching in the replay. We'll see you folks next time on the 3rd floor.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.